I'm gonna tell you what this video is about. In this video, I just do a few things. Rap the News got some stuff. They battling up in the skies or whatever. Um, what they doing? That's why they cutting out all the lights. They getting ready to cut. The Boo claims they getting ready to cut out all the lights. I'm not saying they are, but they. But anyway, Rap the News got footage of the military or Air Force or whoever up and battling at night with flares and stuff and shooting stuff. Now he couldn't figure out what it was, but what they doing, they have sensors at night in case all the lights go out and we get attacked. So what was going on in the sky? They shoot their own targets. Like if you were shooting like you shoot the bird and then you blow the bird up and shit. But when it's at night, all you see is light going by and it could be fear inspiring because you don't know what the fuck it is. But that's what they're doing. So when you see something like that light going real fast, but they got sensors, electronic sensors that see at night, so they can still boom it and blow it up. And sometimes they if they drop flares like that, they drop flares like that. So that's your center. So you know where the fuck you're at. Because you're up above. You understand? But you still want to have a good sense of where the ground is and all that. Because you're trying to make sure there is no damage to anything significant on the ground. But like the military is going to do what the military does. So if it is damage, Canada as a loss for your country. But they will try their best to make sure it doesn't happen. So that's the main reason why they're using flares and shit. Now, does it have something to do with some type of invasion or UFO or angelic invasion or something like that? It could. It could. Now, I do talk about some other stuff. Rap the News was saying, Rap the News is always running his mouth talking crazy. He said some shit about where I'm from, so I definitely addressed that shit. Not that I'm looking for it, but I just hate people running their mouth all the time. I mean, you could do your show without insulting people and shit, because somebody gonna call you out. Like when he dissed that female that got murdered and put in the cooler. Whether that happened or didn't happen, it didn't matter to me. That's a young black female, and you don't say shit like that. So I definitely let that nigga know. I would have checked that nigga right there on the spot. I don't care how big that nigga would got popped. I don't even care. He was talking. That's when he used to talk real crazy. But I understand. See, because what happens is you get hit with so much. When you have a calling, you get hit with so much energy that you be talking crazy like that. But still, like somebody got to pull you to the side and smack the shit out of you, clean you up a bit. So keep East Coast out your mouth, my nigga. You don't live over here. Shut the fuck up. And then I addressed everything else. But yeah, so stay awake. That's the purpose of this video, and you should check out. But I talk about some other channels too. There's just a lot of stuff going on, and I can tell because I'm intuitive. So it's a lot of shit going on. So just make sure you know whose channel to be watching and stay awake and shit like that because it's going to, like I keep telling y'all, shit going to pick up like that. Shit going to pick up. All right, so this was an intro. If you can try to check out the rest of the video, I'm out. What up, yo? Say 17, April 27, 2019. Just busting around on the internet. Been killing myself working real hard. So I thank God. God put me in a position where I could just relax. I'm saying no bullshit. I thank God so much for that. You don't go crazy. Like I said, cats gotta understand you get older shit. You can't be dealing with all that crazy shit all the fucking time. You lose your fucking mind. I don't care how strong you are and shit. That's why when you finally see a strong person losing and shit, y'all don't know all the shit that probably went to that motherfucker. It's a lot of supernatural shit go down. Motherfuckers all around, neighbors acting up. No matter where you go, somebody up in your face and shit. And it's not like you did shit. Like I said, it all depends on who you are, whatever connections you got, or whatever the fuck going on. So that's why I learned how to, thank God first and foremost, but you gotta learn how to benefit everything. Just like when you watch fights and shit, like them like people that be in the ring a lot, they know how to whatever. They know how to get some extra minutes and shit. Like if you watch boxing, they might hug because they tired. So they hug or something. But by them hugging, they sucking them minutes up. Not minutes, but sucking them seconds up and shit. But they hug more than once and shit. And then in wrestling, they'll jump out the ring or fall out the ring and walk around the ring and shit. Because that shit can get to you. Even if you say it's fake, it still get to you because you're moving back and forth, a lot of energy and shit. So to get some time, you find any way to get some time and shit. And motherfuckers know to count. Like if you laying out and you got a certain amount of count to get up, they'll almost take the maximum count before they get up and shit. That's the shit you learn. Like that's what Oscar De La Hoya was saying. When he was old and he tried to come back, and he said when you get older, you gotta learn how to really appreciate them breaks and shit. Whatever breaks you get and how you work, even how you work out is totally different than when you was younger and shit. So me personally, I thank God for that. that's real important. Like I can't stress y'all how much is important. It's like unbelievably important and shit. Now, what I'm doing out here now, the main reason I'm out here now, y'all might not even hear me. You might not even hear this video because sometimes I just delete my shit. But I'm going to Rap the News channel and see what he talking about. Now, like I said all day, I just been chilling, but I've been just watching rap battles, and I kept checking in to see about did they battle yet? I don't know, Cassidy and Goods. But it was funny. The more battles I watched and the more I sat here, the less important it became to me, which was funny. I don't have that reason why, but I'm watching like all these. I'm watching Goods when he was younger, and then I didn't even know the Goods battled Jay Mills and shit. So that was unique. They was killing it though. It's killing. You gotta understand, Jay Mills, he beat Mook when Mook was in his prime and shit. And that was almost when Mook was unbeatable when he was in his prime and shit. But Jay Mills beat him. That's why I say anybody can get beat. That's why you can't just say, talking that talk is one thing. But like I said, battling in front of a crowd that can go any which way. You know what I'm saying? You can't say you the best and all that if you ain't never did it. And then when you talk about battles, ain't nobody really seeing shit. Then there's a couple of people coming forward saying he did lose some battles. So you don't know, you know what I'm saying? Until you got that shit public and crowd on video or something, that's just talk. Not saying the dude ain't nice because he is, but that don't mean somebody can't smoke you. Because somebody could come with some goofy shit. Like if you ever seen, like I tell you, I seen so many people say that. They said people think that a battle is gonna be about your lyrics and all. It's not. It's about how you move that crowd and shit. It's like the spur of the moment and shit. Like I said, one dude was a white boy. This was after Eminem got famous. It was another white boy that was a freestyle battle. He came out there with his mother and shit. He was beating everybody. And that was like real freestyle. See, like now what they call freestyle ain't freestyle. When I was coming up, freestyle was off the dome. You know what I'm saying? Now they're saying, freestyle ain't off the dome. Freestyle is just how you was feeling at that time and blah, blah, blah. That's some punk shit. When we came up, freestyle was straight off the dome. You made it up right on the spot. And if you lied and said it was freestyle when it wasn't, then that was some bullshit. All right, so let me get these things in here. So again, the purpose of this video is just to see what type of videos he got out there. If he got anything new. And I don't know. Because one thing, when you open these windows up, sometimes it be taking a long ass time to load, especially if you open up more than one window at a time. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, like I said, I'm just opening them up. They say Gorilla Hebrew calls out Rap the News and shit. I don't know. That's some crazy shit. Alright, so like I said, what I'm doing right now, just waiting for these. So I might even put these on pause. I don't know. Could it be taking forever? I'm going to put this on pause real quick. Another good battle I seen. Well, the reason why this battle was good, it was training, but the crowd was just booing both of them. But it just got crazy. It was Tay Rock versus Pat Stay. And it went in at first, but Tay Rock was coming real hard. And I guess Pat Stay is a unique dude. He's real unique. You don't know what, like, he's one of them dudes that what triggers him, like when he get mad, you be like, damn, I done seen this dude go through way worse than that. And he ain't really get mad. But this time, but I guess the dude said something that sounded like he said something about his son. And he was real mad. And he wasn't backing down. That shit, like, y'all want to see that shit? Because a lot of people think that Pat Stay is kind of soft or whatever. Because he from Canada or whatever, white dude. But no, he ain't soft. You see him, he ain't back down. Like, he was mad. The brothers had to like get between him and Tay Rock and shit. He was mad and he wasn't backing down. I mean, it was so bad that Tay Rock was more trying to resolve it at first. You know, it just got crazy. Cause Tay Rock always act like he the loose cannon and shit. But that time it was Tay Rock that was trying to resolve that situation. Cause he thought Tay Rock said something slick and it sounded like he said something. It sounded like he said something about it sounded like Tay Rock said something about Pastay's son. And that was it. Pastay was he was mad at a motherfucker, boy. I never seen that dude that mad. And I see him in a lot of heated shit. But it was sweet. So anyway, like the whole battle went sour after that. People was booing through the whole thing. Both of them was getting booed though. And then Pastay, he was so mad. Pastay was so mad he couldn't come back. He forgot his lines and everything. And so, but after a while, did I say that right? Not Pat. If I said Pastay forgot his line, no, it wasn't Pastay. Tay Rock forgot his shit for the most part. He couldn't come back. He was so mad. And then after a while, Pastay began to come back. And he started killing that nigga. But it was like on a freestyle. And that's what DNA said. DNA said with these battles in front of people, you gotta understand you may have wrote some nice shit that you think gonna go over with the crowd, but you start to see that shit ain't going over with the crowd. He said you gotta switch that shit. You gotta do freestyle and shit. And I heard a lot of other people say that too. Like you gotta be when to freestyle because the crowd may not like what you wrote. There's a lot of rappers can't do that. All right, so I'm just trying to get in there. So anyway, after Pastay did his rhyme and whatever, people started yelling 2-1, 2-1 meaning Pastay won. But you know what, Tay Rock seemed to have more respect. I don't know why, but I watched a couple of Pastay's videos and he takes shots at Goods. I don't know what's going on between them two. But I know he kind of implies Goods is not a battle rapper, which he is, because he almost beat like I said, we don't know, but that was a tight battle between Goods and Tay Rock. But Tay Rock really still don't give him his credit though. But I think Tay Rock saw Pastay as a battle rapper, so he had more respect for him, because just the way he was responding. Like when he battled Goods, he really was mad, like to the point that right after the battle, Goods went to shake his hand as to say, it ain't nothing, this is just a rap battle, ain't nothing. But Tay Rock was like looking crazy, like he really wanted to do something. All right. So like I said, I'm gonna see if this dude got anything new. I see one video that I might throw up here. I don't know. I'm gonna put this on pause again. Oh shit! Raptor News got one that says Gog and Magog ramping up military drills. But it looks like he's taking a picture of something in the sky. He just did this a day ago. He said they're ready to set it off. I hope you're here to Shalom. I hope you are too. Shalom, that's what he meant. I hope you are. He said T-O, but he meant T-O-O. He meant to say also, not preposition to. And then he said Shalom. All right, I'm going to take this picture. I don't know if that even... All right, so we'll check that out. I'm just seeing what he got or whatever. I'm going to put this on pause again. Raptor News is going off. See, he's talking about some shit. Stuff going on up in the skies at night or whatever. I'll be showing you all the videos. But he said this was going on in Africa or something. He might have said Cape Town, Africa or some shit. So he was saying, I don't have no interest in Africa. He like, ain't nothing over there. Why they worrying about Africa? I don't have no interest over it. He said, I don't have no interest in Africa. Just like I don't have no interest in the East Coast. Now I'm East Coast all day. What the fuck you talking about? He ain't got no interest in the East Coast. That's why you live out in the fucking desert, motherfucker. Yo, real talk, nah, like, listen. Because he said some slick shit about that girl that got killed. I was never cool with that. And I was trying to contact that nigga back then. Like, 'cause that shit wasn't cool. I don't care what you heard. That's allegedly a black female that was raped and murdered and thrown in the freezer. How the hell could you say some crazy shit like that? Now you got some other shit coming out your mouth about the East Coast. This nigga, he just got a grimy mouth. Um. Anyway. Anyway. Yeah, but he don't know the history of Africa, South Africa, and all that shit. That's what I'm saying. Everybody be out here tuning these channels up, and they don't even have no history of what the fuck they talking about. That's why I said. That's why I was trying to tell you all about the rap videos, because you can have a dude that can rap his ass off, but the crowd gonna decide. But if the crowd is gonna decide and they undereducated and they going off lower frequencies and shit, they don't care about all that shit. They don't care it took you 3 weeks to write that shit. They don't care about none of that shit. That's why I said Murder Mook. That's why he learned too. He said, yeah, if I'm gonna sit here and be up in this room for days writing lyrics, I better write lyrics that the people are gonna, if they're on some gun shit, give me gun shit. If they're on some low frequency shit, give them low frequency shit. Cause what Loaded Lux did, and he still tries to do it to the day, but he's learned. Cause he thought because he was getting older, his music should grow with him, his creation should grow with him. But no, you going down to people that ain't on that level. They on a certain level. They on that whole shit. And when you rhyming, you better be rhyming it, because they don't want to hear it. And Dr. Dre did the same thing. When Dr. Dre got away from Death Row and all that, he tried to come out with some new shit and it flopped. And Dr. Dre don't never flop. So his wife told him to go back to what sells. So he started doing that gangster shit again. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's what it is. And that's why I said some people ain't gonna sell out. Like, some artists are not gonna lower their art. Because what if everybody did that? What if everything you turned on was about gangster music and gang, no matter what? Because that's what the people want. You know what I'm saying? What if even if you turn on like the church channels, you turned on the church channels, and now because, well, everything's gangster now, so we got to be gangster up in here. So that's why I said everybody can't do that. So that's what's up. I'll be talking about these other things. I'm just checking them out right now. All right, I'm gonna put this back on pause. All right, there's a lot of stupid stuff happening, so give me a moment. All the windows are everything's going, just dumb shit. Fortunately, I think I had almost everything up, just about everything saved. I will tell y'all to just check out the Boo 77. I was gonna go to his other channel, the Boo 777, but I don't feel like going through all this shit again. But he says some other stuff. Russian flew into DC, but then Russians are always flying into this country and other countries and shit. Like, it's a lot of shit going on, bro. A lot of stuff going on. There's a one called Revelation 13 Net. Revelation 13 NET. You can check that out. Because even he's talking about UFOs coming back or whatever. But like I said, you just got to be careful. Because just because, you hear UFO, immediately you go, oh, that sounds stupid. But you got to understand, from a biblical perspective, a UFO would be like anything angelic. So I'm not saying that's what it is, but I'm just saying, you got to be humble. Don't think you know more than God. And just like people have put years into this shit. You know what I'm saying? So don't think you know more than them. They've been doing this shit for years. That's why I said, as much as I would have loved to have said, oh, I think this person's going to win the rap battle, I couldn't. More bullshit. Cancel, get out of here. I couldn't, because you can't take a seasoned vet and just automatically say, oh, he's going to get bodied because of so-and-so. That's crazy. And like I said, there's a big difference. You got You ain't used to battling in front of that large crowd. Not saying he won't do good. I never said he won't do good. I just said you gotta be humble. Because plus you pissing the crowd off. You talking crazy, so it'd be people that just to boo you just because they felt like you was arrogant. All right, so just give me a moment, because now I gotta go back in, log back in all this shit, and go back to some of these websites. I'm not going back to the Boo 77, but he did tell you the Russians. But and they were saying something else about lights about to be out. But that's kind of in tune with the 13th, what Rap News was talking about. So just bear with me, y'all. See, like I said, since the 400-year prophecy is just about up, things gotta happen. Something's gotta happen. What that something is, we really won't know until it does. We know what the word says, you know, but then again, you gotta make sure it's really the word of God, because you gotta make sure this ain't some Freemasonry bullshit or some other crazy shit. You really don't know. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. It's like that battle. You really don't know. So sometimes you just gotta be humble and just prayerfully wait on whatever's going on. They just be getting pissed. I had all those windows open, bro. This shit is typical, though. Typical bullshit on this planet. Over and over again, I try to tell myself that we could never be more than friends. And all the while inside I knew it was real, the way you make me feel. Okay, then the closer I get to you. That's a hot song. If y'all like love songs, go check that shit out. Closer I get to you. Oh. That's what the UFO saying, nigga. I'm on your ass. Oh. It was real, the way you make me feel. Boom, boom, boom. Excuse me, miss. All right. All right, give me a moment. I'm gonna put this back on pause. One thing Rap the News was saying, he was saying humans don't have the technology to do it, because people are saying, oh, that's a simulator and all that. But first off, a lot of people don't know that the powers that be have whatever's up there. They have a patent on it. So how do you put a patent on something if you know, you don't know what? Like he doesn't know as much as he think he knows. Like if y'all really did some digging and research, you will find out that we actually will push back. Like let me just prove it. Now anybody that knows anything about Egypt, those people were way advanced in technology. And I don't even want to say it, because if you're not aware of it, if I say it, you're not gonna believe it anyway. But the Egyptians was way advanced in technology. So what I'm trying to tell you, electricity and all that shit, things up in the sky, all that shit, possibly teleports, all that shit. That shit already been done. So how can you act like, oh, they don't have any technology? Yeah. As I said, if you know who Queen or Empress Khalifa was, she was running shit, primarily in California, just like he was just talking about California. He's like, why is all these earthquakes in Baja and all that? So when they finally overthrew Queen or Empress Khalifa, that's where they built the military base. Why would they build it there? Build it there because her empire was high technology, high advanced. So they overthrew her and then took over. It's not, like I said, when you really, really think about it, it's not that serious. Like out here, we have a dump. Like out there, if you go out there, it's tons and tons of miles that a landfill that it's a dump. But right over there, it's all fenced out. Military took that over. Why? Like I said recently, I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm gonna say this again. Now, a long time ago, there's a repair shop. It's right off the highway. But back there is nothing but woods and a lot of like old ghost stories, and it's always some weird shit happening back there. Back in the woods and shit. Now, for some strange reason, my car breaks down. Not this car, but another car I had just broke down. Like all the spots to break down, why I break down right there. See, all this shit happens for a reason. Then I told you about another time my shit broke down. My car was riding fine, and they was working on a type of highway. They call it a route, but it's really like a highway. So my tire blows out of nowhere. So I said, well, I got to get off this main road. So just as fast as I turn my car off the main road and go back in them back roads where there's a lot of woods back there and shit, they blocked that road off. Like all of a sudden, they just blocked that road off. Almost looked like it was a hit. Like you see in the movies. So everything happens for a reason. And I keep trying to tell y'all, a lot of shit is about energy. Even though you don't understand it. But the people really running this matrix, they know exactly what they're doing. So that other street I was on recently, and that's the street where the strange duck, the goose was just laying in the way of the thing, and I would have probably almost hit it, because the only thing that slowed me down was that truck that had no unidentified truck flashing yellow lights and one on the hood of the truck. Some guy with some jacket on, but all this is unidentifiable. And he's standing there on these streets back at the woods, but he's looking towards the highway. But I'm saying, what the hell is he doing? What are you looking at? And why are you out here? And why, if you're doing anything of official business, how come your shit's unmarked? Everything's unmarked. So what the fuck was he looking for? So y'all might not see it, but I do. But this is always a telling you. Just like I keep trying to ask y'all, why do we have all these antennas all over the place? And that's why I said one time the dude from Bible Believers, his name is Husky, Bible Believers out here on YouTube, even he had to address that. So why do we have all these antennas? And he said that they were even paying churches to put antennas inside of the churches, like upstairs in a steeple or some shit like that. What are all those antennas for? Why do we need them? Do we really have that much communication going on this planet? Or is there something else going on that we just don't know about? So you don't know what type of stuff they got. Just like how, cloning. How many people were that? So you don't know what those people got. Plus, you don't understand. Maybe they're working with the ancients, whatever they were, ancient angels, ancient aliens, whatever they were. Maybe they're working with them. You don't know. But if you think like Project Blue Beams and all that shit, you just don't know. I know one time it was a full moon. And just as that moon began to come out and be a full moon, all of a sudden these clouds came out of nowhere and covered it up. So then Thomas More sends me a video like the next day where some guys nowhere near where I live, he saw the same thing. So I started saying to myself, is that possible? Did he saw the same thing I did, same time and everything. He described the same thing I saw, but we don't live in the same state. So I was going, how is that possible? So that's one for the inquiring minds. So if we don't live in the same state, or you're gonna tell me those clouds are that big that he could even see them? If he did, that's kind of weird. Because those clouds would have to be humongous. And I don't know. I don't know all that shit, but it just seems a little weird to me because he shouldn't have saw the same thing I saw. So you really don't know what the fuck you're looking at. And people keep saying you're in a hologram. You know what I'm saying? So you really don't know. You're only hearing. You don't know if the Earth's flat or if it's round. You just don't know. You're only going by one person will prove to you that it's round, another one will prove to you that it's flat. And then we're talking about that dude Neil deGrasse. But you gotta understand he works for the powers that be. So of course he's gonna try to. That's why I said you gotta be real, real careful. You gotta be real, real careful. So the rocks one is talking about Roswell, New Mexico. All right, I'm just looking around and then that's it. So Minister Paul, watcher on the wall, he said watchman warning those along the 37th parallel. Then he said 37 warning because he said, "Ooh, I'm gonna show this to Thomas More. It's 4.4K. Then it says 4 days, but that's the 444. See, y'all gotta understand what's going on here. I can't wait to show this shit to Thomas More. I was minding my own business. See, y'all don't understand like a lot of shit, and it's hard to explain. That's why I don't even be telling y'all everything I see no more. Because, like I said, first off, if a person don't say it, it ain't really gonna resonate. And second off, like I said, first off, time is sacred, and then you don't have a lot of time to be making all these videos, and the motherfuckers still don't get it, or they still sleeping, or whatever the case might be. But the connection between me and Thomas More goes directly to the Divine Mother. Always has, because she brought us together. Me, him, and then he got a twin. And I know his twin too. I mean his twin Flame. I know her too. And in the world before this one, we was big times in that world. Especially his twin. She's like, I call her twin, Khalifa. And everything about his twin, one day RFG was explaining how ancient California used to be the place to be as far as for the ancient melanated people. And everything he explained from crystals to everything was her. And everything RFG Chosen One said, it was her, and she's done. And I kept trying to tell Thomas More, he's agreeing with everything I've been telling you. But like I said, it's just funny with niggas. Niggas gonna be niggas. Like you're not gonna get past that. You're not gonna get past that. They'll wake up when they gonna wake up. Cause 1 minute he made something that sound like he wide awake, and the next minute he go right back down the nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing you could do about it. But they're gonna wake up when they wake up. But anyway, Thomas More sent me something from Minister Paul's channel. Now I forget what the numerology was. I really don't remember. Oh, I really don't remember. But it has something to do with a number. And Minister Paul was given like a warning. And he gave a count. And the moment he gave that count, when he got to a certain number, that was the exact same number that was on the time of his video. Like it was a total confirmation. But I don't remember what the numbers was. But I know for a fact, Minister Paul has always said number 37. He said God told him number 37 means war. Now, I was dating this female one time, Dominican Republic female. And I remember one time she got upset with me and she said, I'm 37 years old. And I always thought that was strange because women don't tell their age. Now, on this video, 5 minutes, 37 seconds, but when you look down, it's a 444. So that is Thomas Moore's number. So that is deep. And you gotta remember talking about Mexican soldiers. Don't forget my twin flame is that ethnic group. And I got a soulmate on this street, same thing. And up the street from her, same people. And that house burned down, the only house ever to burn down, and it burned down on January 1st. And her ethnic background people who are like the ancient Mayans built it back up and live there now. And then on another street where there's always some type of murder going down, those people who live there are the same. And those are the people I'm talking about when that full moon was out there. Those people was partying that night. And when that moon came out, just as that moon came out, the clouds started covering it. Like they didn't want us to see what was going on. And then that's when Thomas Moore sent me that video where the guy was going, yeah, I was out there to see the moon. And just when that moon came out, the clouds came. And I'm saying, but that don't make no sense. He don't live nowhere around here. So you telling me the same clouds that covered up that moon? Also, he saw the same clouds I did, but he don't live in the state and nothing like that. And that's when I said, man, I don't know. Like I'm more awake. Like they already gave you the movie The Matrix, and they already told you this shit, but people just don't believe it. That's why I think everything's suspect, my nigga. All right. So I don't know if I was supposed to go anywhere else, but I would tell y'all, keep an eye on the Grox 1. See what he's talking about. All right, I'm out.